I hear Ray-Bans are really good quality sunglasses. I've never owned a pair before. I'm a pastor. They don't pay us much, so I can't afford it. But my wife goes travelling, and not very often. But when she comes back from countries where you can get Ray-Bans that aren't really Ray-Bans. And I think they're great for a while. They feel like Ray-Bans, they look like Ray-Bans, but they're not. And of course, they don't last very long. They last about a month, and then they fall apart. And I see there's a risk that you take when you get something that is not the original product, not what the original product is meant to be, and the quality of the original product. When you take something and distort it, there's a risk there, and in fact there's a danger. And multiply my Ray-Bans illustration by about 1 million when it comes to sex. Sex is a good thing. It's something that is to be enjoyed and something that's to be celebrated, but when it gets distorted, there's trouble. And pornography, in my mind, is nothing but a distortion of sex. And so when people fall for that, and when people try to look at that as the real thing, well, there's a huge risk and there's huge danger and there's huge ramifications. I'm a father of 4 kids, a girl and 3 boys, and I don't want them falling for the false product. I pastor a church, a community of about 500 people, and I don't want particularly the men, but also the women, to be falling for the false product. There's huge danger, there's huge risk, and there's huge fallout from that that cause damage and hurt and pain. And I see it in my people. As we've started talking about pornography, the men that have come forward and said, this is a struggle for me, it doesn't just affect them, it affects their families, it affects their extended families, it affects our community. When they take this thing that is pure and good and right and should be celebrated and fall for the false product. And time again, it causes pain and anguish and suffering. And that's why I am so passionate about this campaign, to raise awareness and educate people to the effects of pornography. It's devastating. It's devastating our city. It's devastating our country. And we need to help people to see that there is a really good thing to celebrate, but the distortion of it is really damaging.